Hey gang, uh, I really hate to kind of report some sad news on this channel, but I wanted to talk about a friend of mine who passed away this past Sunday. Who, as much as I really hate to say this, he kind of left behind. Well, I want to say he left behind a somewhat good legacy, but also a pretty shocking one. Out of respect for his family, I will not mention any members of his family. I will not mention his name or anything like that. Because quite honestly, I feel like it would just be it would not be a very cool thing to do. But this past Sunday, I'm hanging out with his cousin at the park. He gets a call from his mom around 9:40, and she tells him he died. His grandma found him laying on the kitchen floor. Apparently, died of a heart attack. And I'm just walking around the park, just like this. It's like, wow, I don't believe it. Because Monday he had another doctor's appointment, but you know, um, but unfortunately, it didn't happen, of course. And before we get into the the shocking part, leading up to what happened after he passed away, the thing is, I met him about around early 2000s. Um, and I gotta say, right off the bat, he just he apparently appeared, well, not he apparently, but he pretty much wanted to let you know that he was different than everybody else. And I wasn't really quite sure what he meant by that, but he said he was into some really weird stuff. And for the longest time, I thought, and even up until after what I found out after this past Sunday, I really thought to myself, this guy's all talk and no walk. And I was like, there's no way he's really into this kind of weird stuff. And it just turned out it's like, I guess maybe he really was. Um, I remember one time going to when he lived in Magazine, and I went there with his cousin to do something. I can't remember what it was. His cousin found handcuffs on on his bed railing. Apparently, him and his wife were into that kind of thing. And I told his cousin, I was like, dude, a lot of couples do that. It's no big deal. But he just, just acts like, oh, that's disgusting. Like, come on, man. You know. And and for years he talked about being into weird stuff. Um, there was at one time a story that went around that either he attempted to, or I think he attempted to do it. I don't think he really did it. He was going to dress up like a baby and get pushed around in a shopping cart. I don't know where at. Could have been Walmart. I'm not sure. It was maybe the mall in Fort Smith. I don't know. He had planned to do that. There was another plan where he was going to where he and a woman were going to dress up like a dominatrix and a slave, and he was going to walk around on all fours in another store. Pretty sure that didn't happen either. Pretty sure that wouldn't have happened at Walmart, but I mean, you see a lot of the weird stuff you see on people at Walmart.com nowadays. That probably would have been kind of normal. Maybe not here for Boonville because they probably would have been kicked out immediately. But something like Fort Smith or something like that, they'd probably like, hey, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, he always seemed to talk about being into all kinds of really weird stuff, and I try to take it with a mountain of salt. It was like he says he's into this, into this, into this, into this, and this. Okay. And as the years went on, he really started to appear like maybe he wasn't talking, he was really walking this time. Um, he would dye his hair all kinds of colors, and pink seemed to be his favorite color to do his hair in. Uh, and he would talk to his cousin about the weird stuff he was into, and again, I just took it as like, he might be, he may not be, because I mean, living in Boonville as long as I have, I've met a lot of people that basically just mostly call them wannabes. They talk like they're this and this and this, but you know that they're just a bunch of fakes. I mean, you see a lot of these guys dressed up like bikers going around town all the time, but they're not real bikers. They're just pretending. And that's how I always looked at him. I always looked at him as if to say, he's just pretending. He's just saying this for shock value. And you know, and I he admitted he was bisexual, which didn't bother me because I've always said, I mean, I've been friends with gays and bisexuals and straight people for years. You know, I'm not into being friends with people that either beat on women, beat on children, uh, necrophiliacs, not into them either, or people who do that kind of thing with animals, or or anything like that, or pedophiles or anything like that. Those kind of people, I just say throw them into a pit, set them on fire, get it over with. but uh, but but when he admitted he was bisexual, I was like, oh, that's not a surprise because he always talked about you know, being into that kind of thing. And so yeah, I mean, it was like, okay, Um, his grandma, though, God bless her, one of the sweetest, nicest people I ever met in my life. I don't know if she knew any of this stuff, and apparently she doesn't know how he lived his life, even though she was living with him to try and help take care of him and everything like that, which was not a good idea because the poor woman is 93 years old, gets around on a walker, and I'll be honest with you, folks, that's the one thing I just didn't like about him, is that he could have gotten somebody who was younger, could have taken care of him the whole 9 yards. But when you get a 93-year-old woman to help take care of you, it's not a good idea because, she's not in great shape herself. You need somebody who's in good shape to help you, help take care of things, cook for you and clean for you and just do whatever. And so, I mean, I will admit, for a long time I was kind of angry at him because I thought, you can't do that. You can't make a 93-year-old woman do that kind of thing for you. You need somebody who is in, you know, quite a bit younger and in better shape and can help you out with certain things. But I guess for some reason he never could find anybody who wanted to do it, or maybe he just thought it would take up his health insurance to do it. So there you go. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but it angered me for quite a while, and it angered his family too. Um, so so let's get to this past Sunday. Um, when his cousin took off from the park, he sped off, and for a good long while, I was just like, wow. And when he came over around 2:30 later that night, he told me that that they think part of the reason why he passed away was because of a shot that he took from a doctor that caused flu-like symptoms and convulsions and all kinds of health problems for the poor guy. And And I said, yeah, and that's pretty much why I don't trust anybody in the medical profession. You know, the way I look at it, I could live a lot longer not knowing that I have a life-threatening disease and not have some wacko doctor, idiot moron, whatever you want to call him, trying to kill me a lot faster. I mean, if I knew I have a life-threatening disease, I'd just say, you know what, let me go. You know, don't send me to a hospital. I don't trust doctors. You know, the only good doctors in this world are the ones who will help people out, who have a never-ending amount of money in their bank account, have the best health insurance. If you are basically poor white trash, they're gonna kill you faster than you can ever know about. And that's how I feel about it. You know, the poor guy probably didn't have that great medical insurance, and yeah. But again, let's get back to this past Sunday. His cousin told me that his mom found some things that he left behind that, in all honesty, if I knew I had anything embarrassing stored away and I knew I had a certain amount of time to leave this world, I would have gotten rid of that stuff like that, burned it, thrown it away, or anything like that. And and apparently he had a drawer full of, say, sex toys, and he had a collection of women's clothing, and he had plans to become a woman. Yeah, quite the legacy. But it's like his cousin said. He hopes he got saved before he passed away, and I do too. I hate to think that he's in a not so pleasant place. So I'm gonna get on out of here, gang. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless you all. Hope you had an awesome day. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe. And let's stop trying to destroy the world. Let's help others who really, really need it right now. Let's keep praying this virus nightmare is going to end very, very soon. Whether or not you believe in God, He believes in you. And try to help a fellow YouTuber with 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers. Any goals you want to try to achieve in life, hope you get there and get there soon. As long as it's legal, nobody gets hurt, especially yourselves. So take care of yourselves. Try to be good. Try to be good to yourself. Try to be good to others. Until we do this again, as always, stay strong and rock on.